Hi Judgers! Welcome to another segment of Juan R. Liwag Memorial High School Senior High School Math TV. Last time we were able to define an ellipse, to write the standard equation of an ellipse, and to determine the center and the vertices, co-vertices, and the foci of the ellipse. For today, we will now be writing an equation of the ellipse if we are given different conditions. So for problems 9 and 10, we have for problem 9, find an equation of the ellipse having vertices located at -3, -4, 7, -4, and whose minor axis has length 4. If we have this one, all we have to do first is to plot the given points. We are given V1. Let's say this is V1 and it is located at -3, -4. So we have -3, -4. This is our V1. The location is -3, -4. We also have our V2. Our V2 would be 7 and -4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, -4. So this is our V2. The location is 7, -4. So let's have here this line. Therefore, we could say that our vertices is located at the horizontal line. Okay, so it is located here. Therefore, we could say that we have major horizontal axis. And when we have major horizontal axis, the equation that we will be using is x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared is equal to 1. Do we have the value of A? Do we have the value of B? Okay, in order for us to get the value of A, B, and C, all we have to do first is to locate the center. And in this one, all we have to do, if you are given the vertices, the foci, and the co-vertices, if you are given the endpoints of those given, therefore all you have to do is to get the midpoint. Always remember, when you get the midpoint, you are also getting the center of the ellipse. So we are given the vertices -3, -4, 7, -4. Therefore, the midpoint now, or the center, will be located at -3 plus 7 over 2. So this is the x coordinate. For the y coordinate, that would be -4 plus -4 over 2. Therefore, the center now will be located at -3 plus 7, that is +4, over 2. -4 plus -4, that is -8, over 2. And the center will be located at 4 over 2 is just 2. -8 over 2 is -4. So let us now try to plot the center. And the center is located at 2 and 2, -4. So this is the center. So let's say that it's 2, -4. And from our past discussions, we could say that from the center to any endpoint of the vertices, that would be A. So this is A. This is also A. Therefore, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, A is 5 units. So we could now say that A is equal to 5. A squared now is equal to 25. So we now have the value of the A. Okay, and we also have the value for A squared. Do we have the value for B squared? Not yet. But we are given another condition. And that condition is that the equation of an ellipse whose minor axis has length 4. When we say minor axis, therefore, we'll be calling that as 2b. So the length of the minor axis has length 4. Therefore, 2b is equal to 4. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. And b now is equal to 2 units. If b is equal to 2 units, therefore b squared is equal to 4. We now have the value of a squared, b squared, h, and k. Again, the center is located at 2, -4. Therefore, h is equal to 2 and k is -4. Substituting this into our equation would be x minus 2 quantity squared over a squared, which is 25, plus y minus k. Our k is negative 4, therefore that is minus minus. That becomes now y plus 4 quantity squared over, what is our b squared? Our b squared is 4, and that is equal to 1. And this is now the equation of an ellipse with vertices located at negative 3, negative 4, and 7, negative 4, and whose minor axis has length 4. So this is our answer for problem number 9. We are given another problem, problem number 10. We are given different conditions for this time. And we'll now be having whose center is at 2, 7. So 2, positive 2, positive 7. So this is the center. The location is positive 2 and 7. Focus at 2, 10. So 2, 10, this is the focus. This is the focus. And it is located at 2, 10. So therefore, it is just one end of the foci. And for the next one, having a focus at 210, having an endpoint of its minor axis at 4, 7. So having an endpoint of the minor axis at 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is W. Let's say this is W1, this is F1. Therefore, this is now 4, 7. Okay. So based on this graph, we could find out the value of from the center going to the foci or focus. Therefore, this is from the center going to the focus or the endpoints of the foci, that is C. And from the center going to the endpoint of the co-vertices, that is B. Okay, so what is this value? Okay, therefore C now is from the center, that is 2, 7. This is 2, 10. Therefore, C is equal to 3. Okay, let's write now. C is equal to 3. Therefore, C squared is equal to 9. And from this one, this is 2, 7, and this becomes 4, 7. Therefore, the distance from the center going to one point of the co-vertices, therefore, B is equal to 2. If B is equal to 2, therefore, B squared now is equal to 4. Let us now try to solve for A squared. Since we have the formula C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared, therefore, we'll be having A squared is equal to the sum of C squared plus B squared. Okay? So, this is now the formula. A squared now is equal to, what is our C squared? 9. A squared is equal to 9 plus, what is our B squared? Our B squared is 4. Therefore, A squared is equal to 13. Okay, since we now have the value of A squared, B squared, and C squared, we're now ready to identify the major axis. So based on the graph, based on the given, we could say that the focus lie on the Y. Okay, it is on the vertical line. Therefore, we will now be having major vertical axis. If we have major vertical axis, therefore, it now comes the equation x minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared is equal to 1. You could interchange this one since we have major vertical axis, therefore, a squared is bigger than b squared or longer than this one. A is greater than b. Substituting, we'll now be having the center located at 2, 7. Therefore, this is x minus 2 quantity squared over what is our b squared? That is 4 plus y minus k quantity squared. That becomes y minus 7 quantity squared over what is our a squared? Our a squared now is 13, which is equal to 1. And this is now the equation of an ellipse whose center is at 2, 7. Focus at 2, 10, and having an endpoint of its minor axis at 4, 7. So, this is how we solve for the equation of an ellipse if we are given different conditions. For questions, suggestions, and clarifications, you may send me a message or just write down your comment on the comment section of my YouTube channel. I hope you learned something from today. Once again, I am Engineer Jod Edward Hernandez. Thank you for learning with me. And always remember that mathematics is always fun. Goodbye and God bless.